Question 17. What is idolatry? Idolatry is trusting in created things rather than the Creator. So that's the basic answer in the shorter version for the kids, but the longer answer is worth looking at as well. It says, idolatry is trusting in created things rather than the Creator for our hope and happiness, significance, and security. And those four words really kind of spell it out because, unfortunately, today we tend to think of idolatry as something of the past or something in some foreign, far-off country, a statue or a temple or something along those lines. We don't tend to think of idolatry in modern Western ways. But if we're looking at this and it says, trusting in created things for our hope, it could be my bank account, it could be the security of my job, hope, happiness. Well, happiness, I can derive a lot of happiness from things. I can derive happiness from a car or a vacation or anything. Significance and security. My status, my title, my family, any of these things can be idols. Now, the question is, well, how do I know if it's become an idol or not? Well, am I trusting in that thing or trusting and hoping in that thing for one of these outcomes rather than my Creator? Because ultimately, God is the only thing worthy of our trust. He is the only being that is entitled to me placing all my hopes for happiness, all my significance, all my identity. It can only be drawn from God because He is the only being that is capable of bearing that burden. Everything else is eventually going to fail me. It's going to let me down. It's going to crumble. It's going to fade. Only God is unfailing in that way, and therefore God is alone worthy of putting my trust for hope and happiness, significance, and security. And that's really what we mean by worship. Now that's another question for another day, but that's ultimately what we do when we place our hope in these things. We are committing an act of treasonous worship. We are committing idolatry. So question 17, what is idolatry? Answer, idolatry is trusting in created things rather than the Creator.